Some 35% of American Jews, that's slightly over 2.5 million, identify themselves as Reform Jews, making it by far the biggest religious Jewish denomination in the community. But the numbers don't tell the full story. There is, in fact, growing concern within the movement about its future, amid a drop in synagogue and Hebrew school attendance and a growing disaffection or disinterest even among younger congregants with the state of Israel. Our senior U.S. correspondent Mike Wagenheim attended a recent meeting of the Reform National Leadership in New York to discuss those issues, and he filed this report.
Reform Judaism is far and away the largest Jewish movement in the United States, but its leaders are sounding the alarm on a number of issues, including a growing distance between the movement and the state of Israel, and a deprioritizing of Jewish education among its young congregants. They gathered here in Manhattan last week to talk about how to recharge Reform Judaism. Around 300 Reform rabbis and leaders came on relatively short notice to talk about what they say is an inflection point in the movement, with synagogue attendance and revenue heading down.
In honesty, we've been at inflection points pretty much throughout our 150 years as the Reform movement here in North America. And I think we're just at a moment where we want to strengthen all the bonds that hold us together, that hold the North American Jewish community to Israel, that holds us all together here in North America, and to think about the big questions of who we are as a global Jewish people, and what does it mean to be reformed is key.
We chose to identify on this conference on three broad central questions. One, the distancing from Israel and Zionism. Two, the restoration of the proper balance between the universal impulses of Judaism and the Reform movement, and the particularistic impulses of Judaism. And then the third issue that is a critical issue for us in terms of the synagogues, the future of the synagogues, is what is our theology and what is our religious practice and belief and rituals that is suitable and recharged and refreshed for the 21st century.
The conference featured keynote addresses and panel discussions, many of which focused on the identity of the Reform movement, which has often come to be identified by the concept of tikkun olam, or repairing the world. Critics say it's simply left-wing social justice politics wrapped up in Judaism, while proponents say it reflects Jewish values, if not traditional practice.
Our job as Reformed Jews is to keep Judaism relevant. I could just say it's been the job of rabbis for thousands of years to do that. So we're doing our job. The Jewish community wasn't ready for women rabbis. We said over 50 years ago, it's time. The Jewish community was certainly thinking that we couldn't make changes to liturgy or how we observe. We've made those changes out of deep commitment, not out of making it simpler to be Jewish, but how to make it more meaningful. So I don't think that change is something to disparage. And I think we haven't strayed from, we've strayed to Judaism.
First of all, social justice is important for all Jews. It should be important for all Jews. It exists from the very origins of Judaism. And so what we need to do in the modern world, and what our movement needs to do, is to understand that one flows out of the other. And social justice, universal impulses, need to be grounded in the centrality of Jewish people.
Well, the leaders we spoke with here say it's not about rebooting or retreating from Reform Judaism. It's about recharging it. Reporting from the Stephen Wise Free Synagogue in Manhattan, Mike Wagenheim, I-24 News.